Hey guys, what's up? Benevision Winning today. Halika, pag-usapan natin itong nangyari kay Sir Ernest or June Abines. So, si Sir June Abines ay kilalang isang Duterte supporter, isang content creator na nagsusulat at nagpo-post sa kanyang Facebook page. So, ayon sa kanya yesterday, no? Palakin natin para mas makita nyo. Ayon kay Sir June Abines, my phone and PC was seized by PNP at midnight, alas 12. CIDG Chief Torre filed a libel case against me and was able to secure a search warrant to get my cell phone and PC. They did not allow me to close my bank accounts, GCash, and personal accounts. Ayon yan kay Sir June Abines. So ngayon, pag-uusapan natin, ano nga ba ang nangyari? At meron legal explanation si Attorney Trixie Cruz. Okay, saan ba nag-ugat itong issue na ito ni Sir June, no? May post galing kay General Nicolas Torre III sa kanyang Facebook page. Ayon sa kanya, okay, this was again posted yesterday at 6 a.m. Mr. June Abines, action have consequences. Ipinakalat mo na sa ospital ako, nagdulot ito ng pag-alala at pagkabalisa sa pamilya at mga kaibigan ko. Okay? Ano ang naging aksyon ko? Sumandig ako sa batas. Naniniwala ako na mali man ang ginawa mo, ay may karapatan kang humarap sa korte at mabigyan ng due process. A lot more than what your idol gave to people more innocent than you. Nag-apply ako ng search warrant para makuha ang phone at computer na ginagamit mo sa katarantaduhang ginawa mo sa akin. Ngayon, nag-iiyak ka sa social media. Action have consequences, sir. At yung pagtatarantado mo at ang consequences ngayon sa iyo ay pagkuha mo ng abogado. Reminder, bagong Pilipinas na po. Wala na pong patayan pero kung salbahe ka, makukulong ka pa rin. Ayon yan kay Nicolas Torres. So tinignan natin kung ano ang kanyang pinost, no? So, ayan, nakalagay dito, RTC Branch 10, Cebu City, started recording transcript, blah, blah, blah. Pero ang kinakaano ko dito, bakit taga Maynila daw? No, ayon nga kay, I think, Sir June. Galing daw mga taga Maynila ang nag-seize ng kanyang mga gamit. Tapos, ito yung pinost ni Sir June. No, titingnan natin. Sabi, isinugod daw sa ospital si General Torre. Sinugod daw sa ospital. Ano kaya sakit niya? Mukhang malala. Padalan kaya siya ng bulaklak na Malacanang o baka KOJC pa mauna mag-pray para sa kanya at magpadala ng bulaklak. Ang buhay ay parang gulong. Minsan nasa itaas tayo, minsan nasa ibaba. Kaya mas okay magpakumbaba at rumispeto sa kapwa, 'di ba, General Nicolas Torre? Tapos nakalagay dito PIC CTTO. So ayon nga diyan, it's credit to the owner. So basically, hindi si Sir June Abines ang pinagmulan ng photo. Ayon nga sa isang napagdesisyon na ng kaso, no? Hindi mo pwedeng kasuhan ang mga nagre-repost lamang. Okay? Kailangan hanapin ni General Torre kung sino ang original na kumuha ng photo na yan. And I find it very impossible, no? Sorry to say this. Na hindi alam ng pamilya ni General Torre na siya ay na-hospitalize. 'Di ba? That's one. That's another one. 'Di ba automatic pag ikaw ay na-confine, nadala ka sa ospital, the first thing na hinahanap ng mga doktor, sino ang nasaan o sino ang immediate family mo. Because they have to let the immediate family know if you're in the hospital. You might need some assistance na nagre-require ang mga immediate family mo. So bakit Are you saying, General Torre, na hindi alam ng pamilya mo na ikaw ay na-hospitalize? 'Di ba? Ako personally, hindi ko to inano kasi this is a personal matter. Okay? Hindi ako nag-i-engage sa mga personal matters. Pero, sa sinabi dito ni Sir Jun, wala akong nakikitang malicious imputation. 'Di ba? Kaya sabi ko rito if I may ask, anong masamang sinabi dyan ni Jun Abinis? Kindly take note, nakalagay pa dyan, CTTO or credit to the owner. Meron bang mali sa sinabi niya or you just have a different interpretation of the law and his statement? I agree when you said bagong Pilipinas na nga. Your caption is more malicious than Mr. Abinis have said about you, sir. 'Di ba? Anong katarantaduhan ang sinabi ni Jun Abinis dyan sa caption niya na yan? Ako, personally, wala. No, based on what I see. Sinabi ba dyan ni Jun Abinis na sana may mangyari sa'yo masama? Wala naman. 'Di ba? Sabi pa nga niya sa dulo, ang buhay ay parang gulong. Minsan nasa itaas at minsan nasa ibaba. Kaya mas okay magpakumbaba at rumispeto sa kapwa. It was just a personal advice. Do you take offense dyan sa naging advice sa'yo ni Sir Jun Abinis? Sabi ko nga dito, mas marami pa akong nakitang worse na comment kaysa sa comment na sinabi ni Sir Jun Abinis. Which by the way, no, si Sir Jun Abinis ay isang law graduate. So he basically knows his boundaries. Diba? May naging paliwanag dito si Attorney Trixie. So, tingnan natin yung sinabi ni Attorney Trixie dito. Which is, senior ko siya. So, sabi ni Attorney Trixie dito, guys, ang search warrant na issue sa hukuman para makuha ang ebidensya sa violation. No? Sa ebidensya sa kasong violation ng Article 153 ng Revised Penal Code. Unlawful utterance and unlawful use of means of publication na di umano'y gawa daw ni Mr. Jun Abinis. Ang unang larawan sa baba ay sinasabing violation. Ayon sa Article 154, ang unlawful use of means of publication ay maipinublish na pinamukhang news. Yung news na yan ay peke. Yung peking news na yan ay maaaring magdulot ng peligro sa kaayusan ng pampubliko sa interes or credit ng Estado. Nakita niyo po ba ang elemento itong sa larawan sa baba? Ito ba? Ayon dito sa Article 154, ang unlawful utterance ay pagpapublish ng mga panghihikayat ng di pagsunod sa batas, mga panghihikayat ng pagsuway sa otoridad, pagpupuri o pagde-justify sa paglabag ng batas o illegal na gawain. Nakita ba yung larawan? Ito po. Nag-issue ng cyber warrant ang hukuman para makuhanan ng ebidensya sa paglabag ng batas nito. Pero kung titingnan ninyo, nandun na yung larawan. Yan na nga daw yung dahilan kung bakit pag-charge kay Mr. Abinis. Yan ang tinatawag na corpus delicti, the body of the crime. So, ang tanong, kung nandyan na ang corpus delicti, andyan na yung publication na naglalabag daw sa Article 154. Ano ngayon ang purpose ng pagkuha pa ng warrant? Andyan na lahat. Disclaimer, ang post na ito ay nagre-reflect ng opinion ng author ng kaso ni Abinis at hindi paghihikayat sa kritisismo ng hukuman. Diba? I-analyze natin. Paano natin masasagot yung tanong dito ni Attorney Trixie? Si Attorney Trixie ba yung nag-post? Yeah, si Attorney Trixie. Kasi kung si Attorney Ahmed, nakikita mo IGP. So, i-analyze natin. kung sasagutin natin tong mga tanong, ito daw, yung unang larawan sa baba na sinasabing violation, ito. Ito siguro. Di ba? Si Sir John Abilis ba ang nag-post ang pinaka-author nito? Definitely hindi. Pinost pa dito ni Attorney Trixie. Sabi niya, unlawful use of means of publication and lawful utterance, the penalty of arresto mayor and a fine of 200 to 1,000 pesos will be imposed. A fine. A person who by means of printing, lithography, and other means of publication shall publish or cause to be published as news or false news, which may endanger the public order or cause damage to the interest or the credit of the state. Any person who by the same means or by words, utterance, speech shall encourage disobedience to the law or to be constituted authorities or praise, justify, or extol any act punished by law. Any person who shall maliciously publish or cause to be published any official resolution or document without proper authority or before they have been published officially. Ito, maraming gumagawa nito eh. Number 3, any person who shall print, publish, or distribute or cause to be printed, publish, or distribute books, pamphlets, periodicals, or leaflets which do not bear the real printer's name or which are classified anonymous. So ito yung sinasabi ni Attorney Trixie. Ngayon, kung babalikan natin, ito mga to, nakuha lang din ito sa online ni Sir Jun Abines, kaya nga nag-CTTO siya eh. Credit to the owner. Diba? Kung na-offend man itong si General Torre, no? Hindi na natin i-sugar to guys. Alam naman siguro ni General Torre na maraming galit sa kanya. So, ibig sabihin, kahit hindi si Jun Abines ang nag-post niyan, we've seen so many online memes, lalo na yung mga affected people na ginawa nila sa siege ng KOJC. Maraming galit sa'yo, sir. Diba? Definitely, without them talking, without you hearing it, sure ako, maraming nagmumura sa'yo. Sobrang dami. Lalo na yung mga pamilya na naging affected dyan sa KOJC siege ninyo. Diba? Kayo na guys ang umusga. Ano ba ang mali dito sa sinabi ni Sir Jun Abines? Did he even wish anything na masama dito kay General Torre? Hindi naman Wala naman. Pinaalalahanan pa nga niya na ang buhay ay parang gulong. Minsan nasa itaas ka at minsan nasa ibaba. Kaya mas okay magpakumbaba at rumispeto sa kapwa. Diba? This is just my 2 cents. I don't see anything wrong dyan sa sinabi ni Sir Jun Abines. Then kakasuhan niya ng cyber libel in relation sa Article 154. Unang-una, hindi naman si Sir Jun Abines ang author ng mga photos na in-attach niya dyan sa baba. Diba? Kaya nga nagsisito siya dahil ultimo yung picture na to, hindi naman pag-aari din ni Sir Jun Abines. Kaya sinasabi ng isang eto may magandang write-up dito. No? Nasaan yun? Ang ganda ng pagkakasulat niya. General din guys eh. Ayon kay General Fillmore Bondilas Escobar, as a senior police officer nearing retirement on March 11, 2026, Police Major General Torres' action exposed a troubling ambition that it is undermining the political capital of his superiors. Despite claiming to act without direct orders from the higher authorities, he continues to initiate police operations designed to please his political masters. His most recent move, executing a search warrant to gather evidence for Trump up charges aimed to suppressing freedom of speech and the press, raises serious concern. Ayo po yan kay General Fillmore Escobar. Sabi pa niya rito, why not use his considerable police power and political influence to confront the CPP and PNDF? Those actions have caused the trafficking and tragic deaths of countless misguided youth in pursuit of fake revolution. Sabi rin dito ni General Escobar, just recently on February 15, 2025, an armed encounter took place between NPA Jaguar Unit of the SNRC and the government troops from the 67th Infantry Battalion, Philippine Army led by 2nd Lieutenant Nadunsa in Sitio Butigan, Barangay San Jose, Boston, Davao Oriental. This region was declared insurgency-free by President Marcos Jr. in December 2022. Is General Torre not aware that the presence of the CPP and PNDF forces suggests that a legal front mass organization has resurfaced? Does he not have concern about the resurgence of the true enemies of the Filipino people, those he has sworn to protect? Ayon din dito kay General Escobar, increasingly evident political involvement is damaging not only to the PNP but also to his political backers. It is time for him to show true patriotism by focusing on the real threats of the nation and preventing further harm to both the institution and the country. His time and resources should be directed towards confronting the true enemies of the people, those who have infiltrated the lowest and highest echelons of our government, the barangays and including Congress. Once his master have achieved their political goals, it remains to be seen whether they will remember him. He is simply a tool they will use and discard once they have what they want. His position of power is temporary. What will be the edge forever is how he will be remembered. Does he really want to be remembered as a symbol of oppression? I really don't think that General Torre would even care what people will think of him. Obviously, by looking at him right now, lalo-lalo na yung mga taga KOJC, they have a different view of him now or even before. And he doesn't care. He doesn't care about his reputation. He doesn't care what people would think of him. All he cares is what he thinks is right. Diba? Sabi nga rito na si IDG gets back to at pro Duterte vlogger for spreading fake news. Tayo yan sa inquirer.net. Ako okay ako na nagpa-file siya ng mga kaso sa mga tao. Pero mas okay din na pag na-dismiss yung mga ikinakaso niya, magkaso din yung mga nagkakaso sa kanya. That's part of the process. Ayon nga sa isang interview namin kay Secretary Jing Paras. Filing cases is one thing, but to prove it in court is another. Recently lang, nag-file din siya ng kaso kay PRRD, diba? Even NBI themselves ditched the idea of filing a case against a PRRD. So who's better? Torre, who's a policeman, or NBI Director Jaime Santiago? Siyempre, doon tayo sa judge. No? And again, sa totoo lang, paulit-ulit ko na itong sinasabi, Attorney Libayan speaks highly of NBI Director Jaime Santiago. And whenever Attorney Libayan says something like that, I hold it here. No? Pinaniniwalaan ko siya. I never doubt a single moment sa mga sinasabi ni Attorney Libayan. Although minsan we also have opposing what do you call that? Opposing opinions. But then at the end of the day, it's all about politics. We just talk about it. We don't take it personal. Diba? Kaya sinasabi ko sa inyo guys, excuse me, anyone anyone can be Jun Abines. Ay, Jun Abines. Sabi na yan ni ano, I think it was Optics. Hanapin ko. Alam ko ni, inano ko yun eh. Oh, I'm not gonna take any credit from that. Nabanggit na yan ng isang, wait lang hanapin ko lang yung nagsabi. No? I think it was Optics. Saan ka Optics? Optics. Baka si Surgeon Dalayan yun. Nagsabi. May magandang statement dito si Surgeon Dalayan eh. This coming election is not about democracy. It is about who has the money to buy it. And hanapin natin si kay Optic Politics. Yung sinabi niya. Grabe yung tao sa no? Sa Cebu yesterday. Nakakamanga. Nang sabi, sige, ayuda lang kayo ng ayuda ha, walang sisihan dahil tatanggapin namin yan. Ngunit Duterte. Duterte pa rin kami. Sigaw doon ng mga tao. Saan yun? Ayan. General Torres' raid on Jun Abines was deliberate power play by the Marcos camp designed to intimidate Cebuanos. Okay, this is not the one. Saan yun? Is it 4.1 million or billion? Saan yun sinabi rito? Well, I read it somewhere that anyone can be Jun Abines. Ibig sabihin kung ano nangyari kay Sir Jun Abines can happen to anyone. No? Anyway, first of all, before tayo mag-end, I want to say congratulations to Sir Jun Abines and Kuya EB Galbot because they were able to pull this through. Napakalaki ng tawag dito ng naging success. Okay, nakakatuwa, nakakasaya. Ang galing-galing nila. Diba? Doon sa mga Cebuano who attended that rally. Maraming salamat po at congratulations sa inyo. Ang ganda ng naging outcome. Sana magawa din yan sa iba't ibang parte. They can do it in Davao City. They can also do it in Metro Manila. Kung maalala nyo nga, no, we were having a lot of challenges nung maisog dito sa Bulacan. Hinarang nila. So, again, kahit papaano nakikita natin na malaya pa rin ang mga Cebuano to do a peaceful rally like that. No? We're hoping na mangyari din yan dito sa Metro Manila, sa Quirino Grandstand. Aten ba ako? Hindi ako sure. But you never know, diba? Anyway guys, again, maraming salamat sa panonood. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, at i-comment nyo na kung tama ba ang naging hakbang ni General Torres sa kay Sir Jun Abilis. Ulitin natin, pwedeng mangyari sa atin, kahit sino sa atin, ang ginawa ni General Torre kay Jun Abilis. Kung abogado at abogado lang, maraming magvo-volunteer na tutulong kay Jun Abilis. No? At this point, pag tayo bumuka ng bibig, make sure na hanggang sa korte kaya natin ilaban yan. Dahil sa panahon na to, kahit ano pwedeng mangyari, kahit hindi nagko-conform sa mga sinasabi sa batas. Diba? Guys, I'll see you in the next vlog. Oh, by the way, I will do my online live every 10 p.m. na. So marami tayong mga makakasama mga OFW, lalo-lalo na yung mga iba-iba yung time zone. So magkita-kita tayo ulit sa mga kwentuhan natin, pag-uusap at pagtatalakayan.